Hi, this is Rap's Most Wanted.
Phil can't fuck with me, man. Man, fuck Phil, fuck Oprah, fuck Geraldo, the motherfucker who couldn't even find Al Capone's safe. Nigga got his nose busted because he had his nose in the wrong place trying to brown nose and shit.
LAPD is not racist.
And here we are, top of the charts. Man, big house, swimming pool, luxury cars, you know what I'm saying? But I can't rap, you know what I'm saying?
Asking why, mama's next door, getting high. Even though she's got 5 mouths to feed, she'd rather spend her money on the HIT.
So, I mean, America's a bunch of dumb motherfuckers, you know what I mean?
No, but seriously, I don't know. When I first discovered sex was the best thing.
The reason why we named this video Rap's Most Wanted is we're gonna talk to some of the rappers that's most wanted. We're gonna find out how they live.
No running water, no lights. Motherfucker sat in the dark to eat, man. Motherfucker would eat.
We're gonna find out why they write about some of the things they write about.
Freaky with the Oakland thing, it was more or less a real pimp attitude, and that's what you get in my songs is a real pimp attitude, and what you get from the LA is the guns, you know, the guns, the players, the high rollers, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's that lifestyle.
Too short. Guys talking about things that happen in everyday street life, which some people that's listening, some people that's looking at this documentary can relate to. A lot of people can't relate to a lot of things that's happening that a lot of guys are writing about. So the things that we're gonna do in this documentary is attempt to let the person that can't relate to what these guys are writing about be able to relate by listening to what they have to say. And the people that can relate take it in stride, and maybe there is a message. I'm sure there is a message in what's in this documentary. This is Rap's Most Wanted. And the reason why they're most wanted is because they're rapping about things that happens in everyday life. You look at it, you be the judge.
Black radio is being disowned, not by the other race, but its own. A lot of whack records make hits because of who you know, Castro in politics. Accent is my identity, whoever you be. Don't. My last go, the radio stuck me with a low blow. Now I'm doing it like a Geto. Go.
All they ever try to do is try to suppress what we say so we can regress, but we steadily progressing.
That's what I'm saying. See, and that's what we're gonna get accomplished with this videotape. You know, we're gonna let the motherfuckers know what time it is.
Definitely.
You know, hey, this is life. This is what's going on. You know, and you know, in order for you to actually know what's happening, you gotta get it from the bottom line.
Because of that truth, man. Just speaking what we know about, you know, type of things like that. The issues and the topics.
If you think about it, though, right? The same motherfuckers, right? Because you gotta always remember this, right? This is one very important lesson I learned in life. When you point one finger, you got 4 coming in your direction. So the same motherfuckers were saying that we're just running around killing each other. If you check the history of America from the roaring 20s, before blacks was even into alcohol and all that, they was killing over liquor. Straight up just shooting shit, blowing houses up, you know what I'm saying, going across the border, you know, like washing money, laundering money, all that stuff has been done. But if somebody from the ghetto, you know, makes some money, however he see fit, because it's survival to the fittest, you know what I'm saying? And I'd rather be hated for what I am than be loved for what I'm not.
The life in which all of us came, I mean, you know, it wasn't, I mean, let's face it, it wasn't that much for us. You know, it wasn't that much for none of us. I mean, we end up getting bused to schools and shit where we weren't really wanted. We end up, you know, being put in situations where, you know, it was only this much on the table for you. I mean, you know.
Couldn't eat no more than what you could.
Couldn't eat no more, exactly. You know, and that established a life and a form, That established a life and a form for us to be in. I mean, and we write about shit. We can't write about
whack shit.
Yeah, moon over New York and all that kind of shit like
weak
that.
shit like parents just don't understand and what's the move and all that other bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know
I ain't
much
from
about
that motherfucking era, you know?
I'm saying, because it wasn't that my motherfucking parents didn't understand. Is that when I was bad, my mom would give me a bitch hit upside my head.
I'm telling you, that motherfucking iron cord on
hit
your
the
ass.
corner, motherfucker. You know what you did. And when your daddy come, he gonna skin your ass too.
I'm saying.
It wasn't no parents just don't understand. I was the hard head that didn't understand. Because they was on this motherfucking planet before me. How am I gonna tell them they don't know?
Yep.
The motherfuckers come down on the Geto boys, 2 Line, Crew, H.W.A, you name it. I mean, but guess who they making their kids' idol is? Bart Simpson. You know, the meanest little rapper, the baddest motherfucker in the world, and they raising up their kids.
The thing I do not like about our fucking system is that we are set up just like how Hitler had set up Germany with the concentration camp for the Jews. He convinced everybody around him that the Jews should be expelled because they were Christ killers. Now, if you look at the American system, the blacks need to be put into a certain area where they're condensed, right, to where they will do nothing but self-destruction.
The project.
Yeah, because once we come outside of that, then we're invading their territory now.
Right.
Just like when the Jews went into certain parts of Germany, they were invading what the Germans were doing because the Jews were in power as far as money. So the only way Hitler could get in power was to get rid of them. But we are the #1 purchasers of every motherfucking thing in America. So what they want us to do, rob and kill each other and give them the money. And that concentration camp mentality is going to backfire on their ass because just like Martin Luther King said back in the day, he said, y'all better listen now because we can't control the youth.
The real reason why, you know, we killing each other is because we segregated. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, you know, if we all on one side of town and everybody else, the other races on the other side of town living it up, we over here, we segregated. We got all these problems. We got to take it out on somebody. Who you gonna strike? The closest person is you, right?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
You gonna hit whatever closest to you.
There's only one crabs in the bucket.
Your best friend or whatever.
Yep.
And that's the reason why black on black crime is so
but you want to know another reason though? The only reason why we would kill each other is to get high or to dress good, but it's all an addiction. You know what I'm saying? You want to sell drugs because you're gonna have money in your pocket. You want to do drugs because you think it's cool, or you're just addicted to it because you seen your mama do it. Or I met motherfuckers I went to school with who uncle turned them on at 6 years old with heroin, shot them up in the arm with heroin while they were getting high. Shoot the little kid up. You know, I've seen girls give their babies weed so they could give me the pussy.
Weed and smoke and shit in
give me the pussy, they gonna give their baby some weed. Pour some lick in the baby bottle, shake it up.
See, but now if you write that in a record,
then I'm wrong.
Motherfuckers all been out of shape.
Then I'm wrong. Because I'm not gonna say I saw no more. I'm gonna say, well, I did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. To make it stronger. Because the second party, it's like what Robin Harris said. I'm talking to the man, sitting next to the man, sitting next to the man. Who the fuck is the man? Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make myself the man. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to live with myself. I have to wake up every day and wonder, what the fuck is gonna become of me? I have no kids. I mean, what kind of world am I bringing my kids into? You know what I'm saying? Am I gonna change something? You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that by what I'm doing, I'm changing. Because I want to make the world see how ugly it fucking self is. Because to me, the Statue of Liberty, man, if you used to lift up the dress on the Statue of Liberty, you'll see that America is nothing but a disease-packing bitch. you know what I'm saying?
Goddamn, I ain't never heard it put in that frame of tone of voice.
Nah.
God damn.
No, honestly though, honestly, if you think about it, right on the Statue of Liberty, it says, give me your tired, give me your hunger, and give me your lonesome, right? Okay then, when a nigga tired, hungry, and lonely, he gonna go to a bitch, right? Think about that shit. Cause the bitch gotta cook, the bitch gonna fuck him, and the bitch gonna take care of him. You know what I'm saying?
God damn.
You know, so America is nothing but a prostitute, right? And if you know how to make her come right, you know what I'm saying? She'll work for you.
You get over.
She'll work for you. Just like a good bitch, you know what I'm saying? Just like my homeboy Goldie said in the Mac. I keep my bitches broke, because if they was to wake up with money one day, they'll go crazy. That's what America trying to do to us. They think we wake up with some money, we gonna go buck wild. And damn right, we want the houses on Dynasty, we want the cars in Miami Vice, and we want to live next to your bitch ass and crank up the music, ho. Yeah. Call the police. I'm paying my motherfucking taxes. Huh? Al Capone taught me that.
I'm saying, God damn. They need to put you on there, Phil Donahue show. You'll fuck them all.
Phil can't fuck with me, man. Phil can't fuck with me, man. Man, fuck Phil, fuck Oprah, fuck Geraldo, the motherfucker who couldn't even find Al Capone's safe. Nigga got his nose busted because he had his nose in the wrong place, trying to brown nose and shit. Looking up the wrong ass, looking for love in all the wrong places. Should have caught AIDS in the eye. Like, come on, fuck it. How the fuck I'm living?
How would each person describe where they live at? I mean, not where they live at, but where they from?
Motherfucking murderers and convicts and whores and prostitutes and motherfucker didn't know where his next meal was gonna come from, man. You know what I'm saying? No running water, no lights. Motherfucker sat in the dark to eat, man. I grew up fucked up, man. No TV. Motherfucking bikes, no bikes. Motherfucker, everybody got a bike. Everybody got a bike for Christmas or for their birthday and shit. You know what we got? You know what we got?
What?
Nothing.
But I'm the youngest out of 9, right? 6 girls and 3 boys. So it's like, my mom had to take care of the girls, and my dad was a merchant marine, so he was hardly ever there. So my mom had to take care of me and then teach my sister to take care of me, and she used to like sew dresses for money and stuff and do people's hair for money and stuff like that. You know, it was really hard on her, man, because like 9 kids and without a man there, I'm surprised none of my sisters got pregnant in their teenage. None of them got pregnant till they was over 21. If anybody called me short or anything, my mom and dad would get mad, you know what I'm saying? Want to whoop their ass. And like my mom would always tell me, why you want to go outside? Why don't you hide under your bed? She said, because the world is not going to be fair to you because you're small. They're going to want to put you down and take advantage of you and shit like that. So I always went out my house with my guards up, you know what I'm saying? Like this, you know, then when my dad came in the picture, it was like, you know, he was there. He started taking control of shit, started whooping ass and all that good shit. But it didn't mean nothing to me then, you know what I'm saying? He used to call me evil and wicked because he used to beat me, and I just would stare at him and shit and not want to cry. Wouldn't even show any emotion. Wouldn't eat, wouldn't do nothing. Jump out the back window, go rob and do something to have fun because I didn't give a fuck no more, you know what I'm saying? I just gave up on life and people in general.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why when I kick the stuff I kick in the lyrics is that I'm trying to show you that I don't want nobody to go through the shit that I went through. And the best way to tell you is to tell you from my point of view, you know what I'm saying, putting myself in the first party. You know what I'm saying? And I'm angry, that's why my lyrics are like that. But growing up for me was just really a fucked up experience.
Yeah, what about you?
2-bedroom house and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Just crazy, all type of shit, man. Couldn't do this, couldn't drink all this milk, because this shit had to feed the family in the morning. You know, if you drunk too much milk from that night, you got ass whooping in the morning, because the little babies couldn't eat. You know what I'm saying? It's a trip when you got to ration off food, you know, what type of things right there. Seeing, you know, what your mother and your grandmothers, what they had to do to get money, you know what I'm saying? And that didn't really let it affect me, because I came from a loving family, you know what I'm saying? I was taught with a belt. Because I was very hard-headed, you know what I'm saying? Very hard-headed. I'm still hard-headed now.
You know, when I was first born, I was stuck right in the motherfucking middle of a rock and a hard spot. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, before my dad got that ass, I was already counted out. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just like Fifth Ward, you know, that's about, you know, that's a, you know, a real low area, you know, in Houston. And you know, you call it the ghetto, and it's just like any other motherfucking ghetto around the world. You walk outside your door, you might, you know, walk right into a motherfucking barrage of motherfucking gunfire. You don't know what's gonna happen, you know. it happens anywhere else, any other part of town, that you go in. But in Fifth Ward, your ass, is more more likely to become a damn statistic when you're stepping outside that door.
And if you study America, man, all the TV shows, man, like Outer Limits and all that, everybody would want to kill anything that they knew nothing about, that they thought would harm them from what they learned. So whatever they learned about blacks is why they treat us the way they do. Because if I have a son or daughter and I say, well, whites are this, this, and that, he gonna grow up or she gonna grow up believing these are the way white people are. But if I grow them up saying we're all one human being, we just have many colors, just like the rainbow. But the rainbow shares the same sky with the clouds and the motherfucking stars and the moon and the sun. You know what I'm saying? So why can't we be of a different color but still be of the same correlation? I don't get it.
I think that should get it, huh? What do you think?
Underground Master speaking.
Yo, D, what's up?
Just chilling.
You the rest of them ghetto boys the rain, man.
Okay, hold them down. Ghetto boys.
Hey.
Hey, what's happening, Jay? What's up, man?
Hey, look here, I got Willie D on the other end, man.
What's up, Will? What's up, fella? What's up now? Kicking it cool.
Look here, brother. I've been kicking a few lyrics in the back of my mind, man. And I'm tired of people disrespecting us because we're black-owned and won't sell out. So check this out. We need to get together, go to that other level of the game, and do it like a Geo. Well, let's make them all for they came to the
I'm back like a runner making trouble. Too short to take trouble, we'll switch on that other level. You can't stop me or clap me, so take a ball. And don't stall, Paul, cause I ain't got it all.
It's time to step on some toes, grab a punch. Nah, D. Red, pop the trunk. These coats ain't playing our songs. I wanna know what the hell's going on. Give me my card, radio sucker. Your skin is African, but you ain't no brother. Everybody know New York is where it begin. So let the ego trip in.
Black radio is bringing the soul. Not by the other race, but its own. A lot of whack records make hits because of who you know, Castro and politics. Accent is my identity. Whoever you be. Don't. My last go, the radio stuck me with a low blow. Now I'm doing it like a Geo. Go.
Let's make them an offer they can't refuse. Everybody's coming with guns. Brothers getting pimped by Colombians. They put them on the streets like a you-know-what to sell and distribute the product. I don't slang, but I must admit, if I did, it would be for my own benefit. Can you adjust to the wholesale bus? Butch would testify, tell them what's up. Where will you learn? In this game, one way or another, you get burned. You end up behind bars or lying on your back in a cold dose morgue. And you're gonna find another dealer. Cause a lunatic freak ain't nothing but a gold digger. I work my money to no. Boy, I'm cold, so I do it like a Geo. Let's make them an offer they can't refuse.
Alright, let's talk politics. Those tie-wearing suckers make me sick. They try to ban my style of teaching. But freedom of speech allows me to keep speaking to the people about things like racism. It's deep into the heart of the school system. Whites get more funds from the state. And this is why minorities learn so late.
Some of us make it to college and take a test to the highest degree with limited knowledge. 50 questions is what they brought us, but only 5 of that is what they taught us. I'm not Malcolm X, the Farrakhan. After this one, I guess I'll have to pack a gun. So if you wanna mess with this, bro, get some chalk and draw a figure of your body, cause you're gonna have to go. Let's make them an offer they can't refuse. Willie D is not a bigot and he won't be. I just educate minds through reality. This ain't no back to Africa. Try to pull that trick, we'll have a massacre. Our ancestors were killed at will. Born and sold like a used automobile. Before the black could exist, now we're killing one another. Ain't that a... I'm ready, red. Coming at you, holding my ground as if I was a statue. You take nothing from me, so stop tripping. And get a grip on yourself because you're slipping. What's up with the KKK? Wearing dresses? What the hell are they, gay?
The Ku Klux Klan is back again. But we've agreed to take a stand and do it like a Geo.
Rap a lot.
Say, Jay, this is the president of Wide On Records. I see you still surviving, but you had to keep Willie D and them ghetto boys quiet. If you don't, then we will. Oh, here's another alternative now. We take 95% of your company, and you take 5%, and we'll make you famous within 10 years. They take your lifetime by yourself, because you know colored people don't stick together. Now what you think about that, boy?
Man.
Now I would advise you not to talk to me like that. Now just who the hell you think you are anyway?
They call me Lil J. I ain't to be played with. And if you wanna go to war, I'll take you to war.
When a fucking rhyme time is blow your mind, tough to say it's nothing worse than a verse. To hear some curse, they call me rude, some dudes, fiery attitude, claiming I boast, smoke, sometimes sing the blues, swing never settle, trying to never backpedal, from the power some got to get a shot. You're not important, I avoid, I test the paranoid, I never had.
I think with you and me, we've been the most, you know, we've been the persons that they really put out on Front Street. You know,
as
far
litmus
as
test, huh?
Exactly. We're the ones that stayed constantly in the controversy, stayed, you know, they want to call us the problem children of America. We the ones that gonna sell your kids some shit that's gonna make them rebellion against the system and maybe sexually, just racially,
or whatever,
militantly, or something, you know.
I'll show you something later on. I wish I had it and say that, yo, come on, man. Come on. No, come on. That's all right, man. Well, just a pound, man.
Yeah, you come on in and have a seat.
CNNC last night.
Oh, yeah?
Harry Allen.
Man, we gotta get him on. I know you on here, but come on, man.
Get on, chair.
Come on, man. You just from around the way.
Let's face it, before Public Enemy, you didn't see people walking around with the African symbols and people getting interested in Malcolm X and Rap Brown and it's like a serious movement. It started in the colleges, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You know more about.
Well, it started in our area up in Long Island. You know where. Once again, it's just like that black radio thing where a lot of older people in our community start worrying about theirs. You know, they're getting theirs, and in our community, parents or whatever was on the end of that thing, their kids was raised. And in our community, 1 square mile of Roosevelt, we had centers that was closed down, bought by churches. We got like 15 churches in 1 square mile town and no centers. You know, the week I was speaking in the jail, seen the dope gym, fresh nets, you know what I'm saying? The same type of place, you know, because it get cold up there. Brothers just want to do something, play some ball or something, but it ain't nothing there. They're going to just go to the corners because they close all the centers down. So what we tried to do, man, you know, we was the DJs, myself and Hank. And what we tried to do is, you know, do as many functions as possible to keep the kids busy doing something. You know, we was much older, you know, people our age was like laughing at us because we chose to do that instead of hanging out.
At what point y'all said, okay, we ain't gonna be like the Run DMCs of the world. We're gonna be Public Enemy. We're gonna be rapping about the things that Malcolm X talk about, things that Rap Brown was all about. What you know?
Well, I don't know, being slightly older in our community and taking care of like the homeboys or the girls in the neighborhood doing the gigs and the function for it. We got the automatic title of being like older brothers that looked out, was supposed to do what the parents supposed to do. Take care, put some kind of programs in the community. And our program was the music and the radio station, something that they could get involved with. So being on the radio station and playing rap and understanding it thoroughly, you know, I knew that you had to do something that was not being done.
Right.
Now, I mean, I looked at groups, you know, I seen Houdini was hot at that time, they 3 guys, you know, LL was 1 guy. I said, man, you know, I had a record contract, you know, Run DMC was 3, everybody wanted to be a 3-guy group or whatever. And I said, man, well, so we throwing the gig, let's grab everybody from how we throw a gig, and I'm put together this group. I got Flavor, you know, from the radio station. He wasn't doing nothing for a while. And I said, man, get involved with me. So we began doing tapes, because me and him used to drive trucks for my pops, delivering stuff. So I would come up with the stuff, and Flavor would help me. And then Terminator used to do mixes on the radio station. Right. You know what I'm saying? So he went and worked for a record shop or retail selling appliances. And I said, man, come on, let's do this. And Griffin S. once used to do the security. Him and 15 other brothers. They had an organization called Unity Force, you know. But I didn't know the rest of them. I only knew Griff. So I said, man, let's put this thing together, man, you know, and you know, in this type of form. Right. And then I took 6 people around. I said, this is just 6. But everybody got a different role.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then this is what I'm going to talk about. I've helped, God gifted me with a voice to kick it. And one thing led to another. And I said, boom, here's Public Enemy.
Right. You boy, like you are a rap Brown. Malcolm X. I mean,
I don't know. I ain't gonna wear that suit, but I'd say I'm a rebel without a pause. I mean, saying I just have to. You know what it is? It's like this. It's just like what you do, you brothers do. It's like if you see that there's a way, you tell somebody that there's a way.
Right.
But you tell them, boom, hey, here's a way. And let's do it instead of, you know, I mean, you see the same thing happen on the corners, and you got to live there too. There ain't nowhere else you could live.
Yeah, but you know that when people start educating black people, that's when the some of the white people come around and say, hey man, you educate black folks, we got to stop this.
But look at the other way. All right, you don't tell nobody.
Then you
don't tell nobody.
Then you a house nigga.
What's worse? I mean, there ain't no way you can run and hide. You still got to live in the same spot.
Exactly.
Same spot.
There ain't no way around it.
Ain't no way around it. So what you do is you show everybody there's a way. Boom. Because you get the only way you get respect from anybody else if you respect yourself.
See, but then you know that's what they're afraid, that you're gonna get all these people, all these young jitterbugs, and hook them up and say, okay, we're gonna burn a whole bunch of shit up. Then there you go.
But it'd be so easy.
He started off like Malcolm, now he like Rap Brown, burn a town down in another town.
Well, what they had no reason to be afraid because
as long as they do right,
Armageddon gonna happen regardless. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying that it's best to make sure everybody gets. See, that's why I say a black planet. Everybody got to share the planet. When the planet ain't shared by everybody, you're gonna have distribution of people that got some, and a lot of people ain't got shit. And the people and the have-nots that ain't got shit, they gonna get theirs, regardless. Man, yo, how long you think motherfuckers gonna be homeless if more homeless people multiply? Motherfuckers gonna be like, yo, in a minute they gonna be like, yo, I'm hungry, I'm getting it.
Right, they gonna start taking something.
Yeah.
I'm tired of seeing this rolls, I'm getting more. Now this is the crazy shit. I'll tell you the state of the mentality of what's going on today. You took a brand new VCR, let's say a dope TV, real dope, and smashed it in the middle of Grand Central, you have people like, oh man, what did he do? He's bugging. And be all sad and upset because they took a dope TV and crushed it. But at the same time, here you have human beings in the hundreds laying there just wasting away. Now, what's more valuable, a TV or a human being?
Right.
So it shows you that our priorities are switched.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King, when he got killed, starting in 1967, his philosophy was going head and head close to Malcolm X when he was killed. You know what I'm saying? Back when they talk about Martin Luther King, I had a dream in nonviolence, they take it from his 1963 speech.
Mm-hmm.
But when Martin Luther King was killed in 1968, he went through a 5-year progression to see Malcolm get killed. You know what I'm saying? Medgar Evers got killed later on that year. A lot of shit happened. So by 67, when he started speaking out against the war in Vietnam, what they say was a real reason why Martin Luther King got killed, because he started getting a lot of white people listening to him like crazy and understanding that, you can't be no punk.
Right.
So when he got harder, they said, "You out of there."
They put him out.
Yeah, J. Edgar Hoover took out everybody. The Panthers, Martin, Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? The Medgar Evers thing is still under crazy trial. All the black leaders in the 60s, either jailed or killed. Jailed or killed. And then, J. Edgar Hoover also put away Marcus Garvey, put the pressure on Paul Robeson. You name it. I mean, he did work.
What happened when they put the pressure on Chuck D?
When they put the pressure on Chuck D?
Yeah. You the same thing now.
Well,
Malcolm and all these same guys that you just mentioned, just like you say, Martin starting to get hard. Martin say, hey man, fuck this. They're taking out all the boys, you know. And then they, you know, I'm going there talking to the motherfuckers in the White House and they ain't doing nothing, you know. Shit, it's time for us to, you know, goddamn.
Shoot.
They burning up the churches and shit now. We got to take it to them.
Well, I'll tell you the problem with that. One man is not a whole structure make. That's why the whole key is when you do things, you know, you build people to follow. This is my own philosophy. Shoot me down if I'm wrong, no pun intended. But my whole thing is that you take names. Somebody quoted you as being this, boom, that person is that. This person is behind that. And no individuals. I don't call any structures racist.
Right.
There's racists operating within these confines. People racist behind the guise of religions. You have racists behind the guise of corporations. You have racists behind organizations. LAPD is not racist. It's not no such thing as a racist organization. There are racists inside the organization that's using it as a front. What you have to do consistently is name people. Like when y'all name Jack Thompson. And everybody got a social security number.
Yeah.
Everybody got an address, phone numbers. You know what I'm saying? You say, well, boom, if these are the people coming after me, this is how to reach them. And then, if something happened to me, then you know how to reach them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You don't leave no enemy unknown.
Y'all doing this right here. Plus, they asked me, was I this was Black Awareness Month. You know what I'm saying? I said, yeah. They said, are you aware? Are you up on your Black awareness? I said, yeah, I'm aware of some of you black motherfuckers for real. I try to fuck with me.
Let's take 5, man.
Motherfucking rhyme time is blow your mind. Time to say it's nothing worse than a verse to hear some curse. They call me rude, some dudes fiery attitude claiming I boast. Smoke, sometimes sing the blues. Train mental and settle. Try to never backpedal. From the power some got to get a shot. The only border I avoid, I test the paranoid. I never had to be bad, my mama raised me man. So what I got is hot. Love my life a lot. I'm never sad, just glad. That's why I thank my dad. Nah, I ain't with this.
But watch out,
I ain't with it.
They never give a fuck when they're sick. Now them I listen while clap their head.
I ain't with it. This is what I mean, an anti-machine. 5-0 on my back just because I'm black. I can't walk in the park just because I'm dark. Wasn't blue in the crew, sweating me and I'm through with the crap that they pull up on the avenue. When they're accusing the black, it's gonna cost them the same crap that they pulled up there in Boston. Blaming us for a crime without them checking the time. That's why I'm down with Al, plus the FOI. Don't get caught in between the evil, good, and the mean, cause they'll get you in their fucking anti-machine. Instead of peace, the police just wanna wreck and flex. On the kid, what I did was try to be the best. And so they fingered the trigger, figure I was a bigger, and they started to search me, so I headed west. With the Cali and rally was for a brother's death. It was the floods who shot him and not the pleasant cuz. I wondered why I was like, so I just held my mic. But in my mind I was blind, so I just tried to find a reason we was, just the way that we was. So I just stayed in the crib until I got a buzz.
What you doing with that microphone down there?
Because I want somebody to speak into my mic. It's hot. It's hot in here. The light is
Get a close up on this here. Do anything down there talk?
Yes, it talks.
Yeah?
It bites too.
It do? Huh?
It's called a snapper.
It's a snapper? So can you make it, I got when
I can take it off with my lips. I can take this mic off with my lips. But for the sake of all these people, I want to. Actually, I could do more than that, but.
This is the group.
We don't want to do that.
This is a group called Hoes with an Attitude. But they don't sound like they have no attitude. Y'all know what y'all mean by attitude?
We don't have an attitude, we have attitude.
Y'all have attitude.
Yes. That means
You gotta
we got
explain that to
squab
me.
on. Can you hear? You need me to speak into the mic?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Hello? Could you speak into the mic?
No, but seriously, I mean, y'all like one of the first lady rap groups to talk all that crazy shit.
Well, it's not
When-
crazy,
what-
it's reality.
When y'all say y'all hoes with attitudes, what you mean by that?
Basically, we women get paid for what we do and we sell records. Are you getting like a good shot of this? It's your environment where you're from.
So you consider yourself as a hoe?
Yes.
Yeah? Why is that?
Because I'm selling plenty records. I'm a strong hustler and we get paid.
So that's what a hoe mean? That's
Yes.
it? That's
A hoe is a woman, whatever she is selling, as long as she's getting paid. And hoe goes back a long time ago to the slavery days, like when black men did not call their women whores, they didn't call them prostitutes, and they did not call them bitches. They called them hoe, which was a garden tool to them.
right.
So 1991 says, and the white establishment says that hoe is something negative. That is nothing negative.
Well, I always thought a hoe was a woman who's fucking everybody.
Man, listen. You got women that are fucking everybody that is not.
That's what I call a hoe. When we do our records, that's we say the hoe ain't nothing and all that. There, this hoe, that's a woman who's been fucking everybody. Woman who got a man who really don't care nothing about her, a man. She just don't give a fuck.
But you're wrong.
What do you call that type of woman?
You call that woman.
A bitch? Not a bitch.
Slut.
No.
No, you don't call her
Slut?
a bitch. You don't even
Not
call
a
her
hoe?
a bitch. No. You don't even call her a bitch. Because basically, our homegirls are bitches. They call her L. You call her L.
Ep.
L.
Oh, that's what they call them in Chicago.
It's different kinds. It's a rat head.
That's in the-
That bitch gets nothing but cheese. A rat head. And then you got a chicken head. Right. And that bitch,
She give us head.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So
Chick that gives head.
that's it. That's all she does.
Y'all don't do that.
Well, we women and shit. You know what I'm saying? A nigga like a nice, every now and then. It's like sucking a golf ball through a water hose. Everybody does it.
Could you suck a golf ball through a water?
Yeah, I can suck a girl missing out the sky. Get out of this shit right here and put on some real shit, okay?
Hoes with attitude. What about you?
At all.
Yes. That's how you pop. But you gotta give him a little more. But she
So-
really popped that pussy.
What made y'all start making records like this? Tell me the truth now.
Well, basically because
Y'all just want to start talking about dicks and pussy and all that.
no, women talk about it all the time. Women, when we go home, a lot of us go home and talk about what guys say they do, what they don't do, and what they've done. And you guys talk about what we've done, and basically, yeah, we might have done it, but
So y'all talking the virgin that the girls talk about in the bathroom when girls play like they don't
women
say.
that are scared, that won't speak up.
Yeah.
We got to speak up. We got to
Yeah,
talk.
like child, that nigga got a little dick. That dick ain't nothing.
We have a song called Little Dick.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How it go?
Little Dick. Who do you think you are, Little Dick?
Not Mr. Little Dick, huh?
Little Dick. I won't ride in your car, Little Dick. Just who do you think you are?
Don't point at this one here. So, what y'all think about all the girl groups that say y'all disgracing the women's and all that shit of rap?
Now, everybody has opinions, just like we all have assholes. They have their opinion. I don't knock their work. They're doing basically the same thing. They're saying the same thing. They're dissing men. It goes back to the censorship, the whole censorship thing. Censorship is monitoring what children listen to. We're adults and we're adult entertainers. If children listen to it, I think they get a positive message out of most of what we say. So, it just goes back to, I tell them, fuck them shit. If they don't like it, it's like Penthouse Magazine, it's like Playboy Magazine. It's all adult entertainment.
All adult entertainment. So that mean they should mind their own motherfucking business.
Mind their own motherfucking business. Okay. If they don't like it, it's like this. It's like this. If they don't like it, don't buy it. If you don't smoke cigarettes, then don't buy
I see why you had your legs crossed and shit now. You're the fattest one, huh? Y'all got any children? No. Y'all planning on having any?
Definitely.
So
We're gonna let our children listen to your records.
what happens when your kid come home and say, hey, mama, you're a hoe with attitude. You make all this wild ass music here and shit. And other children and shit talking crazy. What y'all mothers and parents think about this?
Actually, they like it. They support us. We could be actual prostitutes.
Right.
They understand that we are hoes with attitudes. We could be actual dope dealers. What we're doing is positive.
You know if girls sell dope?
I'm sure it's plenty. I'm sure if they doing it, get your money, be careful. Remember, the police got their job and you got your job.
Oh,
That's what they call
so
it.
y'all don't like Queen Latifah?
Oh, you know, I like her. Her beats are nice. She has nice beats. She has her opinion of us. So we have ours.
What she said about y'all?
Well, she thinks that by us calling ourselves hoes is not for real. Well, we're more for real than she is because we're real. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bitch, come out the closet and call yourself a dyke. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're real.
At least y'all telling it like it
We're
is.
telling it like it is. We're not trying to hide. We're not trying to put a big Muslim hat on and pretend like that bitch. Somebody she's a Muslim. She probably the first one to grab a pork chop. That's my pork chop. Give me a pork chop. You know what I'm saying? So she probably the first one on the pork chop side.
So y'all got anything y'all want to say? I mean,
What are you doing after this?
huh?
What are you doing after this? How about it, Luke? You want to know how the pussy is? Stop asking so many damn questions.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all now.
Sitting asking us all these questions and shit.
I'm into threesomes and shit.
Are you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, now see, that's not nice. There you go.
We can talk about that
Always.
I had one twosome. I had one twosome, right? But the threesome.
It gets crowded.
Yeah.
The bed ain't that big. We sleep together.
I'm gonna eat.
And we can't
It's
cheat.
eating pussies, but I suck a lot of dick. But
Speaking to my mic, say that loud. I sucked a lot of dick. Pussy, yeah. You know you better eat that pussy.
Oh, okay. So, well, I guess we gonna end this like this, and we're gonna have our threesome after y'all do y'all show.
All right, it's on.
believe that, okay?
Funk me, baby.
All y'all that's full of fear, pull up a chair, relax your ear. H.W.A. is in the place. Freaks of the week like to funk me in the face. We do it real nasty when we on the floor. Come on, baby, funk me some more. Funk me in the front and funk me in the back. Now you're doing it, I like it like that. The dance is hot and the shit's delight. Don't worry about the steps cause you're gonna get it right. With our big old butts and tiny little waists. I can't say those words, I might get a cake. It takes a lot of rehearsing cause we can't do no cursing. We can say it much better when we use four letters. Take the N out of funk and add us. It's a new dance now called Funk Me. Nice and clean, that's what I mean. Funk me with a man with a real long thing. Grab your mutt with a real big butt. It really doesn't matter if you do it with a slut. Black, white, Puerto Rican. When you're doing this dance, you gotta keep freaking. Move that butt from left to right. It feels so good, I wanna do it all night. Look him in the face, check, it's a cutie. 20 inches down, a great big booty, like a light on the wall. You're turning me on, then work that body till the break of dawn. I'm getting kinda hot and I'm starting to sweat. Look between your legs, your pants are wet. I'm dropping you down right to your knees. But don't stop now, do the funk me please. Give me that man, cause it's time to dance to the dopest beat from my producer Pimp C. Call me baby girl, the mic MC. Step on up so we can do the funk beat. The funk me is a dance that you might not recall. Bend over, give 'em booty, and just have yourself a ball. Stand total control to make a sucker unfold. If you don't believe me, you can check the pose. Don't Perry on, I'm tricking off through the night. Feeling real fly, funkin' with my boy Mike. Pull the boy close, just a little harder. Raising my skirt so he can peep out my God. Shaking my thing on the dance floor. The boy got tired, but I wanted some more. Steaming hot is how it should be. Stand up everybody and do the funk beat.
Most of the stuff I say in a rap, I did not do that stuff, you know what I'm saying? I get it from my partners. We might sit around the room and somebody say, man, I pulled a tickling dildo out on the hoe and freaked her last night, and it be like, you know, I go home that night and put it in a rap, make it funny, you know? Yeah. That's my talent, putting rhymes together and saying them to the beat. That's what I do. But, you know, some of the stuff I rap about is me. It comes from real life.
Right. Shit that people talk about every day.
Yes, and I put it in the homeboy language. You don't hear me looking in the dictionary using big words, 3-4 syllable words. I use it in the homeboy language, the same way we talk. If I write it, I know how to speak proper English, but when I'm writing, I don't write proper English because that ain't the way the homies talk, you know?
Yeah.
So it's gotta be real. That's been my whole thing from Jump Street. Real.
Yeah, because, you know, the thing is, you know, a lot of people, you know, I guess critics, you would say, there's not a lot of people, critics would say, all this shit that they talking about, just, you know, we just don't want to hear about this shit. This shit ain't right.
Here's my thing. I came up solely off one word. I based my whole career on the word bitch. It happened by accident. It happened long before I got a record deal. But once I got famous, and you know how I say the word, I let it linger on.
Yeah.
I diss the females on the wax, whatever. That's as an entertainer, as a celebrity. But I mean, I get a lot of women who come at me, black women, white women, and just women who come at me and say, "Why do you do this?" And it's like, where I live, man, I'm from East Oakland, and I sit around with the girls or whatever, and they'll sit there and every other word they'll be like, bitch, this, bitch, that, talking to each other. That's just every day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I know most women that are from where I'm from, they are not offended by Too Short records or anybody's records for that matter, because it's true, man. A bitch is a bitch. It's just true. Some niggas are bitches. It's true.
That's right.
First 14 years of my life in Los Angeles. I moved to Oakland, which is 400 miles away, in 1980. Later on that year, about 6 months after I moved there, I did a rap. And I started high school in 80. And when I went to high school, I was so short that they started making jokes about me. You too short and all this and that and that. So, you know, instead of letting it get to me, one night I wrote a rap and I said, okay, my name is now Too Short. And I adapted the name myself, and I hung with that one rap for about 6 months. And after that, you know, everybody was like, I like your rap, I like it, when you gonna do another one? So that's what pushed me into rap right there. When everybody asked me to do another one, I did it. And from that day on, that was like early 81, I've been a rapper ever since that day. But it didn't really take off until I met this guy named Freddie B. He had just got out of juvenile hall, came up to our high school, and everybody was like, it was only maybe 3 or 4 rappers in Oakland. And everybody was like, oh, Too Short, this other dude, he'll fuck you up. His name Freddie B. He'll fuck you up. And I was kind of nigga, I carried a radio every day. So I'm like, where is he? I got a radio with the instrumental ready to go.
You ready to cut up right there.
Let's go. So he did his rap, I did my rap, and it didn't do anything but make us friends, you know what I'm saying? So aside from everybody else, we said, let's hook up, let's make some tapes together. So one day he told me, he said, man, I know some people that'll buy this shit. And to me, my tapes to me were like a treasure. I'm like, you can listen to it, but nobody can have a copy. No one. I wanted to get a record deal. I wanted to be a young motherfucker, 16 with a Benz on Sugar Hill Records or something. I had dreams. But he convinced me into taking it down to the turf where all of the boys slang the dope. So we walked right up to Royal Park, kicking with all the boys out there, you know, let them hear it. We always had to let them hear it first. It wasn't none of that just, you want to buy a tape here. Motherfuckers would make you sit there for 30 minutes, I want to hear it. We'd be sitting in somebody's car, we'd sit there and play the tape, and we'd have maybe 10 copies of the same tape. And all it takes is one person say, oh, I'll take it. And everybody else be like, give me one. Next thing you know, all 10 of them gone. So the word started getting around little by little. You know, they selling these badass tapes. And I had a nice stereo. The shit was clear in stereo, make your system sound good. So we expanded on. We went down to the next turf, 84th, 85th, Sunnyside, Birch Street, 90th. They used to be on 89th. I mean, we hit all these spots. And it was, I'm talking about on foot.
Yeah.
On foot with a bag of tapes in your pocket, $5 a tape. You can give me a nickel bag of weed, $4, $4.50, $4.75, whatever. Let's just roll.
Damn, that sounds like how the record business started. Sound like, what the old pop name say used to do that shit? Dave Clark, yeah.
But now I'm telling you, it was a slow production, and then finally I got all these tape decks. I had like 3 tape decks. I can make 2 at one time. The production was speeding up, so.
You was making the tapes yourself?
Yeah, this was in the house. This never left the bedroom. I'm talking about the bed right here.
I thought my shit was crazy. You was making the motherfuckers your damn self.
It's 82, 83. I mean, I didn't realize at the time what I was doing. To me, it was a $5 hustle. It was like, later on that night, I'm probably gonna take some girl to the movies. We're gonna get some 40s. We're gonna do something, you know what I'm saying? Kick it with the homies, whatever, buy a pair of 501s, I don't know. But what actually was happening was all these people were becoming Too Short fans.
Even though they put us down and call us animals, we make real big banks and buy brand new clothes, drive fancy cars, make love to stars. Never really saying just who we are. We use alias names like Too Short. Sell your stuff you might kill for. Young kids grow up and that's all they know. Didn't teach him in school, now he's slanging dope. Only thing he knows is how to survive. But will he kill another brother before he dies in the ghetto? You keep one eye open all day long, just hoping and hoping you can pay your bills and not drink too much. Then the problems of life you'll be throwing up like me. But you don't see 10 years from now, where will you be? The ghetto. Trying to get out
when you growed up, where you growed up at, I mean, from a shorty, from like day one, I mean, you can go back and see other shorties in the same position you was in. I mean, how would you let a motherfucker explain to a person, I mean, from day one, from shorty, I mean, the shit that you was around, the shit that you saw happening, I mean, the shit that you might sometimes write in your records?
I can tell you like this, to anybody that don't know, I graduated from Fremont High. I didn't graduate, I went there. Would have been class of 84. Half of that graduating class, or half of that would have been graduating class, all the brothers, I don't know how many of them dead, and I'm only 25, you know what I'm saying? I know a few doing some long years, some of that murder stuff. A couple of them didn't even make it to 18 and 19 before they got a murder rap. You know, we got a few of them out there, big money right now, rolling right now, and then the rest of them smoked out. The pipe got them, the pipe. And the females, they got apartments, welfare, 2 babies, 3 babies, boyfriend got the sack, help pay the rent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's amazing.
I lost so many homies in 90 though, man. I quit going to funerals, I'm serious.
Every day you was going to one?
Nah, it's just every day somebody was dying, man. It's like, I only had one suit. Man. It's like every time we left to go on tour or just to fly out and do a show, I come back and it's another homie you ain't gonna never see again.
Somebody else
never see again, yep. But man, it's a trip. It's hard. I'm pretty sure it's dying down now, but it was hard at first for the East Coast to accept us. Yeah. And I noticed, I read the Source magazine, and that's the best attitude I can get towards rap. And I noticed from the writers and the people who write in that, you know, a lot of motherfuckers, they say, okay, Too Live, Too Short, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, you motherfuckers sell records, but you talk like country motherfuckers, and you're probably ignorant, and You can't rap. That's the bottom line. They say you can't rap. And here we are, top of the charts. Man, big house, swimming pool, luxury cars, you know what I'm saying? But I can't rap. You know what I'm saying?
Don't ask me why. Mama's next door, getting high. Even though she's got 5 mouths to feed, she'd rather spend her money on the HIT. I always tell the truth about things like this. I wonder if the mayor overlooked that list. Instead of adding to the task force, send some help. Waiting on him, I better help myself. Housing Authority and the OPD. All these guns just to handle me in the ghetto.
So that's against them, man. If the people who want to buy it are going to buy it, and, you know, if whatever we got to do, we got to do it. It's like, as long as it's within the law, because I'm not about to turn into a criminal behind some rap shit. As long as it's within the law, we're going to make some money. And fuck the Jack Thompsons and all them motherfuckers who's against what I do, man. That shit. You telling me you want to send me back to 1985 when a motherfucker eating Campbell soup and cheese sandwiches? Fuck that. Fuck that.
Just checking my microphone once as I test your audio. Increase the bass response, hoping the speakers blow. I got no time to sit and
Yo, Ice, my nigga.
What's up, Lo? Just had to tell niggas what time it was, Latin man, you know?
I hear you, homie.
Look at us fucking niggers.
We don't play that shit.
Original gangster.
I was sitting on the panel with him on Oprah.
Oprah. Yeah, that was a wild
The
show.
black dude, he gonna talk about a flashlight. I just got mad. I said, well, look, man, probably ain't no different than the vibrator your wife gotta use by the look at you.
One wrong move and your cap's peeled.
Make sure you wear a Jimmy, because it's good, you know. This one fits me, but I know how you guys at home.
I'm Ice-T, OG, original gangster, OG, original gangster.
I was checking that nigga record out.
Yeah, straight up nigga.
Straight up nigga. My old man always told me, say, you always be a nigga 3 times. You nigga boy, nigga baby, and a nigga daddy.
Right.
Shit, on your fucking record, you nigga about 100 motherfuckers die. You a whole bunch of goddamn niggas.
Nah, that's because you know how motherfuckers like, regardless of what you say you are in America, that's how you're going to be looked at through the eyes. So it's kind of like a fat person. Okay, you know, I know I'm fat. So, okay, I'm fat. So what's next? What else can you call me? So, like when black people turn around and tell them, say, yo, okay, I'm a nigga. But I'm a nigga with a pad. I'm a nigga with just flying first class. So suck this nigga's dick. You know, when you come out. So that's basically what it's about. You know, because a lot of black bourgeois people, they don't want to use the term. I think by using the term, it just dilutes its effect on me, you know. Because you can, no matter what you are, see, black people also, they say, well, I wear a suit, so therefore I'm not a nigga. But Luke, y'all wear your hats backwards, you niggas.
Right.
And they don't realize that no matter what you do, in the eyes of a racist person, you always gonna be a nigga.
You always gonna be a nigga.
This is definitely a part of our culture, the black man's ability just to talk shit.
Yeah.
You know. Plus, most people take the shit too seriously. They don't realize that a black man will say, nigga, I take my dick and wrap it around this building 5 times and fuck your mama, you know.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody can wrap their dick around a building 5 times.
No.
They just pop shit, and that's what we do.
If you notice that they make it up to be something that is not really, like we talking some crazy shit here.
Right, but see, most rappers really sent back at another rapper or at another brother on the street.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are on the streets, you talking a whole other dialect and stuff. You know, if Tipper Gore was here, for all you know, we might change our conversation because it's a white woman. And a lot of times brothers don't talk in the same format they talk amongst themselves. Right. So that she might not hear. So that's why they say, well, I never hear black people talk like that. But they never around when black people are just being black.
Yeah.
And then all black people don't talk like me.
Right.
You know, it's just like black people say, well, I'm street. A lot of black people can't say they street neither, you know?
Exactly.
So I talk the way I know, but you know, fuck, bitch, shit. That comes out of my mouth at certain intervals, but not continuously. You see? Fuck typical. I mean, it's like the music is not even for her.
Right.
It's not even for her. So, that's like you or me going in and trying to criticize New York Philharmonic or the piano concerto on A minor or a country western song. I think if you really want to find a true parallel about rap in any other musical format, go into country music. Because country music, they sing about their neighborhood. They sing about a lot of violence. They don't give a fuck if you like them. When they come to the Grammys, they're wearing their hats.
Yeah.
And they, I was listening to the shit and I was like, well, damn, this is real, not urban, but it's country urban music. I was in credit card fraud, burglary, armed robbery, jewelry stores. I used to run into jewelry stores, jump up on top of the cases with sledgehammers, break the glass. I got cuts all over my hands. I ain't gonna show you no cuts. I ain't Vanilla Ice. I basically, was out there doing it, and I was moving. I attained a few things. I had a Porsche. I had a lot of money, and I was Ice-T, not the rapper.
Right.
But I was Ice-T. I became infamous in Los Angeles. I was running around with lots of known hoodlums. And that's all I ever wanted to do.
Right.
For my whole life. I thought that I was gonna do that forever.
Gangbangers don't carry no switchblades. Every kid's got a Tech 9 or a hand grenade. 37 killed last week in a crack war. Hostages tied up and shot in a liquor store. Nobody gives a fuck. The children have to go to school. Well, mom's good luck, cause the shit's fucked up bad. I use my pad and pen, and my lyrics break out mad. I try to write about fun in the good times, but the pen yanks away and explodes and destroys the rhyme. Maybe it's just cause of where I'm from. L.A., that was a shotgun. OG, original gangster, OG.
But I got a chance to be in that movie Breaking. My boys said, Ice, man, go for it, man. You got a chance, man. White people like you, man. White people like me. What kind of shit is that, But that meant that I could get into the other side. And I got in that movie. I seen there was some money available in there. And I pushed at it because my boys pushed at me. Now, in that period of time, which has been 6 years, all my crew went to the prison. All of them. I got buddies in Lewisburg, maximum security out there in PA. That when they got a home box house, a big house. And I got boys all up and down this coast. I got a lot of them dead. So every time I would think about going back to the streets, somebody would get smoked. So I got a real allegiance to the streets in my music. I can't forget them because I was supposed to be in the statistics. So as far as what Ice-T is pretty much a person who is really jetting down that road to be a come high roller. Mm-hmm. Really. I ain't fantasizing this shit. I mean, I was really doing it. When I was 19 years old, we was in a motel and we dumped $410,000 out onto a bed, $20 bills. So, I know what's up, and I deal with my friends. I got brothers in jail doing life. I get calls from every day, so this is real to me. That's why with my music, I deal with it very carefully. I don't want to ever send out the idea to a kid that this is some invincible game.
You let them know the real deal about about the street life and that kind of life that you get involved in. Because I noticed a lot of the music.
Well, it's very glamorous. It's fun, being a gangster is a very romantic image. People like Scarface and the gangster. That's cool. But now I'm going to be the gangster of the business world. You know what I'm saying?
Motherfuckers shooting motherfuckers down and beat down and all this and they rolling and they spraying motherfuckers and all that shit. Then you think a parent or anybody that's involved should just take this and say, hey, as you can see, this man did go down that road here.
Right.
And as you can see, this is the road he's going down now.
But the object with music is when your son or your daughter's listening to it, it's not just to say don't listen to it. You're supposed to take it and say, well, why do you like Ice-T? Would you like it because he swears? Do you like Too Short because he's calling girls bitches? Why? Mm-hmm. What makes you like it?
Yeah.
And this is called discussion. This is called conversation. And
just like the birds and the bees.
The kid might tell you something, and you might tell the kid something. But if you don't do that, you just block it off. The kid puts on the Walkman, and he doesn't have any guidance throughout this shit. I am my conscience. I have to listen to it. I used to make statements about gay people, you know what I'm saying, that I've had people step to me about. And then I changed my shit, you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't for me to say nothing about it. But then another rapper, it might be their opinion. That's their thing. But I used to make these slang, like I used to do in my show. Everybody with AIDS, be quiet, you know. Motherfuckers would scream because nobody wanted to say they had AIDS. Then somebody stepped to me. They said, man, AIDS ain't no joke. Motherfucker can catch that. Any kid can catch it. You suppose one of your best fans was a straight kid, but has picked up the AIDS virus. How would you be making him feel right then in that audience? This is a disease. I'd rather have you say anybody with syphilis be quiet, but this is a disease that kills. Yeah. It's not no joke. And if you teach your audience just to laugh at it, they won't ever understand it, and then they might catch it. Made a lot of sense to me. I took that out of my show. My album was rated like #1 on Harvard Campus Countdown for like 4 months. Now these kids are being bred to be the next senator of state, head of state, Supreme Court justice. And what happens is you got our Supreme Court sitting up there with H.W.A. t-shirts on and Ice-T and what the fuck is this country gonna come to, you know? But
they're getting all nervous.
Yeah, but this shit is taken too seriously, you know what I'm saying? They known there was angry black people since day one, you know? I mean, to me what NWA is if you take a kid right off the street of Compton and put him in a jail cell and put a mic in his face, it just so happens what he says rhymes. And that's his attitude. He's a nigga with an attitude. The fear of the parents is not in the white kids saying the words from a 2 Live Crew album. It's the fear of the white kids liking you. It's the fear of a white kid looking at that screen and say, I like Eazy-E. Fuck what he's saying. That's not the problem. It's the problem of them looking at us and seeing a black person that they like. Now, their parents are still fucked up. They're like, nah, you can't like him. They'll take your money. That's bad. You know, trying to push the stereotypes. But the white kids are saying, fuck that. They're putting on their African pendants. And they're saying, X-Clan, tell us what really went down.
They try to ban my shit, and I don't give a damn. Roll up, your eye'll get swole up. Suckers who flex, yo, their deaths got told up. Cause I'm not the nigga to toy with, boy with the big mouth. You got time to rip, there's time to take you out. Put a couple caps in your ass, cut your head off. Send it to your moms with flowers, cause I'm so soft. Lay on your whack crew, smoke the whole bunch, bury him in my backyard. And then I'll eat lunch, cause I don't give a fuck about you or him or her. Whenever I'm in the house, that just might occur. Is this real or fiction? You'll never know while you're locked to the pulse of the rhyme flow.
What scares people in Florida is you and 20,000 white girls screaming. That's what it is. Because the seed to the Aryan nation is the white woman. If without the white woman, we cannot keep white people alive. If white women get fucked by Mexicans, now we have a bunch of Mexican kids. No more white women. See, you guys deal directly with the seed of the Aryan nation. Sex. They're less concerned with me dealing with violence. Because violence might spur back over into my neighborhood, which they ain't worrying about. When you start talking about fucking, and the white girls start talking about fucking, and they happen to look over at a Hispanic or something, and they want to fuck, this is the true problem here. I mean, America, by whole, is a very ignorant country. Extremely ignorant and extremely easily pushed in another direction. I'll give you a good example of what America is. If you ever watch wrestling, and the motherfucking Hulk Hogan and all these motherfuckers jumping off the top rope, and the arenas are always packed to the top. No matter where they play, packed to the top. They just sold the Coliseum out. Arenas packed to the top to see the big boss man and all them fight, right? Them same people vote. The same people that are in there rooting.
And a lot of them think that shit real.
This is what I'm getting at. Those same people that are in there rooting for Yahoo McDaniels and really did not want to see, Hacksaw Jim, they're always bleeding. Those same people will go and pull a ballot box. So right there, America is a bunch of dumb motherfuckers. There's millions, the multitude of Americans will believe that. I believe that we could run the Ultimate Warrior for president, and a motherfucker probably could win.
Hulk Hogan.
Because America believes anything that's on TV. So what I'm hoping happens with hip hop, and I know it's gonna happen, these white kids in the 90s are not letting this shit go. Black people, we ain't got the strength to hold our motherfucking feet together. We just are so weak as a people, united. We would let this shit run right through our hands. White people say, oh, it's Luke swearing, and we jump on the bandwagon. Yeah, we hate him too. We always bring ourselves down. But the white kids are gonna hold hip hop together. I'm very anti-prejudice, you know, and for me to want racial equality, I have to just be as open as I want people to be open to me. And that's why I explain to the brothers, I'm like, look, these white people, they can be fucked up, but the kids, you gotta know when you see an ally, because you judge a devil by his deeds. A lot of these brothers out here are devils, you know what I'm saying? And when Martin Luther King marched, there was white people who marched with him and took a lot more abuse than the black kids did. When we was being sent over here as slaves, there were blacks that sold slaves to the slave traders. See, so check your people out and find out who's your friend before you decide just by the color of his skin. And that's what I got to teach my black brothers and sisters, to have open arms to the white people that want to help us. Watch for the ones that want to exploit you, but just don't become as ignorant as they are, meaning the racists. I don't like none of them because they black. I don't like none of them because they white. We playing right off into it. Because that hatred and us going out just hitting anybody white upside their head, that's what they use a fool to fuel they race society. See, a black man will hit anybody else. We have to become intelligent and learn, you know. I think you know what? I think it's the same old song. Racism. It's the same old song. I want to let y'all know something. People want to call me a gangster and all that, but what I am true is a player. Gangsters do not obtain the fine finesse and do not understand how to be connoisseurs of fine lifestyles like I do. If you look around, you see my intrigue with nature. You see my bird feeder right there. Turn around and show the bird feeder. See the bird feeder. Bird feeder right there. And it's, oh, you scared my birds, but that's something I deal with on a daily basis. Okay, come on back over here to me, and let's go off into my home, Syndicate Hideout. This is Darlene's body right here. Titties, nipples, and other fly things. Follow me. Sports cars, vinyl furniture. Yeah, Tipper Gore probably looks at me and says, well, Ice-T lives in a house with boxes. I used to live like that in Apple Crates, but now, what can I say? Marble, bitch. No, continue. Follow me. Don't lose the vibe. Bang & Olufsen speakers. $7,000 a pair. You know about that, bitch?
Not no big ass.
No big old wolf. This is Bang & Olufsen. Yes. The display pop up right here. Fly shit. Shit you would know about. New Jack City. Oh, now let's get to my bookcase here. Step on in here. Bookcase. Now we got the necessary pimp paraphernalia, as I said. The Art of War. Make 'em pay. Oh, let's see. Oh. Here's a great one for your Miami people. How to hide anything. Teaches you how to get off in the hide shit and you're trying to hide your drugs and your guns. Here's one. How to locate anyone, anywhere. And here's my favorite. How to kill. And this is where all the festivities go down. And this is the bed. This is what you call your stay-at-home late-at-night mirrors. This is why people say, Ice-T, why you and Darlene always together? These mirrors got a lot to do with it. You don't know what it's like seeing booty on the ceiling. It does things. And if you look over the bed, you got a great thing. This is called His and Hers 9mm. And then up under the bed, look what we got on the bed. Oh, floor tubes. More fun. Let's see what he keeps. You know, people want to always believe that you rappers talk so much shit, but then we got essential shit, like laser scopes. These things work good at night when you can't see your... Let me show what that looks like in the lens. Yeah. It's fun. And it's got a nice grip, holds about 80 rounds, keeps them up off you. Yep, great thing. It's under my bed.
Nice tubes.
Under the bed, you don't need it all the time. And if they do, you just break out the old 357 Python, and that'll slow them down a little bit. Okay. This is my kitchen. And shit. teddy bear.
God damn.
A teddy bear, Mrs. Fields. A teddy bear.
Sure we're in the right house?
A teddy bear sitting on the oven. Saying, cool. Teddy bear. Cool. Might burn up. No, that's cool. Yeah, it's my house. I mean, no, shit. Some more pimp paraphernalia, M16. Something you might need.
Nice little tool.
Gotta have tools. The object in your house is making sure you not have fire extinguishers in the reach. Always have a tool you can reach out and grab when them motherfuckers want to come get you. But let me tell you something. Ain't no sense in having no guns. You ain't got no bullets. Make sure you keep a nice stockpile of bullets. We got 9mm, we got M16s, 38s.
Goddamn, Jack Thompson come around here, that motherfucker.
57 Magnums, extra clips loaded. This is no joke. Darlene, where's my gas mask?
Oh shit.
Huh? Bring it here.
Gas mask.
Where's the mask at? I mean, that was okay, right here.
No, over here,
Right here, right here. Bango! Yeah, you got your gas mask and shit. Let me show you, and this is how I'm gonna end this video. Pimpin' ain't easy. See ya.
The life of a black man, as you can obviously see. So I got a little rank on me right there. But anyway, so yeah, I've been a little fucked up all my life. Still fucked up now. Sex has always been in my culture, for real. I remember when I first played with my pee-pee and this white shit came out. I was amazed like a motherfucker. I was trying to make that white shit come out all the time.
What year that was?
I don't know. And before I had hair around my pee-pee, I know that. No, but seriously, though, I don't know. When I first discovered sex was the best thing. You know what I'm saying?
Jack Thompson and Tipper Gore and all the motherfuckers, I guess one motherfucker ain't got no children, so he probably ain't fucking his old lady.
Right.
But
I don't know whether
they don't realize that the kids nowadays that differ from the 60s. The kids are more educated and have the ability to understand more than what they give them credit for, even more than what they think the kids might understand better than they do.
Right.
So that's the whole thing.
I'm thinking I'm trying to get somewhere, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm making records, I'm not out there robbing nobody, you know what I'm saying? I ain't selling no liquid substances. I figure this right here is the most legitimate way, the best way for a young black man to make some money besides, living a little foul. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
And shit, instead of them worrying about me, worrying about what we saying out our mouth, they should be trying to do something to straighten up my fucking place up. And as far as business wise, I think they didn't want to and you know with us personally, they didn't want to see us come up in the ranks too tough. So that's why they start fucking with us. I believe it was a personal thing from Broward County. Myself, because they ain't have to go through all of that. For real, they didn't. That was personal. That man, Nick Navarro, had a little beef for the boys, and the shit just blew all out of proportion to me. Now, it still kind of bothers me because here we got to put out another album. What's gonna happen now? They say it's all good for business as far as we get the publicity and make money off of it too. But then again, it gets kind of dragged out. They start fucking with you personally, your private. They start messing with your private, you know what I'm saying?
True.
And shit. And I'm glad I'm making history like this, because only other history I would have made if I'd have killed somebody, raped somebody.
Yeah, they had you down in the newspaper.
Right.
I've been wanting to tell you this for a while. I like the way you move, I like your style. The way you dance, the way you walk, you talk. Please let me have a dance with you in the dark. We can have fun, partying with each other. Baby, get loud and walk, he's your brother. I know that you with it, so don't start fronting. I don't wanna be your man, I wanna move something.
When we were in that little apartment all together, and you know, we was making just a couple $100 eating just Chinese food, and then, you know, scraping and putting stuff together, they wasn't there saying, well, here, you know, all we had to rely on was us, right? And we paid our dues, because back then it was nothing, and we was all together, and we were just relying on each other, and nobody would say, they would just say, shit, y'all should give up, fuck it, you know? And even the people at different places would say, well, they ain't gonna make it past another year or whatever. And they was laughing at us. So, and that's where I take it as a personal challenge to prove other people wrong.
It's a dance of the 90s, everybody act wild. Your granny could do it, so you should try. It's not just a dance, it's a state of mind. Fellas need a hyped up, girls make behinds. Keep shaking your head like a goose and work your body till it gets loose.
Shit is crazy, man. This whole shit is crazy, man. Society, whole people in general, it's ill. I'm a victim of society. That's why I talk like I do on record. I live by the dick and die by the dick. I can't find no job, I go fuck to relieve my tension. Shit. Keep me from robbing the motherfucker.
Hey, you heard that shit in New York?
Yeah, but
about the people fucking each other? They got the lady fucking the lady, the man fucking the man, and a woman fucking a woman, man fucking a man, and a man and a woman fucking each other. Butt naked. Yeah. You can go in and see this shit. When they come running after you saying this shit, and these motherfuckers actually fucking. You go see that, view it.
They put the shit out there in society for a motherfucker to see and hear it. And black men is out there, we in society a little bit more. We on the streets more than some of these white people are. We into this shit every day, but then again, we can't talk about it. Now, if I was to walk by the art gallery, see them motherfuckers over there fucking, go back and make a record about it, I bet I would get harassed more than they did, and they was doing actual fucking. I'm just singing about this.
That's right. That's the whole thing. That's the whole motherfucking thing. So I think we gonna go on a fucking museum tour, and we have some motherfuckers, we rap, have motherfuckers out there actually doing what we talking about.
dog when I leave you lost and deserted. I'll play with your heart and won't show no shame. I'll be blowing your mind, cause you're lame to the game. I'm just like that man they call Georgie Pudding Pie. I break the girls' hearts and I make them cry. I'm like a dog in heat, a freak without warning, not having appetite for love. Cause me so horny.
What's the matter, baby?
It's true you were alone until you met me. I was the first to dress you up and made you sexy. You'll tell your parents that we're going out. Never to the movies, just straight to my house. You said it yourself, you like it like I do. Put your arms around me and squeeze me too. I'm a freak indeed, a dog without warning. My appetite is love, cause me so horny.
Word, like what's the difference between I can't get no satisfaction and me so horny?
What's the difference? Wait.
There ain't no fucking difference.
And if you notice something, in every conversation, you heard people talking about coming from nowhere to being somewhere. You gotta respect that, regardless of who you are. You can be the nun from West Packajacket. You can be the kid that lives in the heart of the ghetto. One thing you would have learned is that there is a way out, whatever you do. There's some social things that need to be straightened out. There's some political things that need to be straightened out. Because these things actually are true. And one thing about it, like my mother always said, you can't hide from the truth. Thank you for listening to this and looking at this documentary. And I hope you did learn something, because I learned something. And I hope you do too. Thank you.
Man, fuck them. Fuck them. Free speech for Guns N' Roses. Free speech for Andrew Dice Clay. Free speech for Aerosmith. Jenny's Got a Gun. Now, if you think about it though, Jenny's Got a Gun is about incest. Father fucking his daughter. Daughter got fed up and shot the motherfucker. Now, if I would have said it wouldn't have won a motherfucking Grammy. No. Because Aerosmith said it. Jenny's Got a Gun. It's cool. Radio play. It's okay. Now, when Guns N' Roses did 1 in a Million, niggas and cops get out my way. That's cool. No problem. Geto boys come and let a hoe be a hoe. You know, our ancestors were
Hit it. Hit it. Hit it.
Just because I'm black, I can't walk in the park just because I'm dark. Boys are blue in their crews, sweating me and I'm through with the crap that they pull up on the avenue. When they're accusing the black is gonna cost them the same crap that they pulled up there in Boston. Blaming us for a crime without them checking the time. That's why I'm down with Al, plus the FOI. Don't get caught in between the evil, good and the mean, cause they'll get you in their fucking anti-